Some early morning team news. Hearts versus Rangers. Are you ready? I'm a wee bit dead, and there is a change to the watch along the day. Well, I said I can only do the first half. At best, there'll be no game getting watched along the day. I will be watching it, but it'll be on my phone, en route to a discreet location. All right. Anyway, let's get into this starting 11. Didn't get much sleep. Probably looks that way. Trying to sleep and listening to Talk is Jericho. Scott Steiner on Chris Jericho's podcast. It was too interesting. I couldn't fall asleep, folks. All right. But yeah, let's get into this team, shall we? That's what we're here for, not about what I was listening to last night. So the back five, shall we? The goalie and the four defenders. Jack Butland in nets. For me, it should be Kelly, but here, I'm not going to greet too much about it. Into the back four. Tav, Suter, Ninsala, and Yefty. So, yeah, a wee bit of time spent talking about that back four, shall we? Right, Ninsala's back in. Why was he even out? I don't know. I mean, did they want to rest him against Queen's Park because he's feud as our top striker, centre back? Sorry, top striker. He probably wouldn't do a worse job than some people, but yeah, probably. But it's good to know that he's not injured and he's not missing due to a bullshit reason or something along those lines. So him and Suter, for me, is the strongest partnership that we've got. And I'll be very interested to see if they start in the European games. For me, absolutely. We know Proper has been better in the European games compared to the SPFL, but he shouldn't be rewarded with European games if he's been awful domestically. And the same goes for any position, I think. I don't think that should be the case. Tav at right back, he's the captain. Did miss a penalty last week that put us at the only trophy we can win. But here, I digress. There's no other right backs really that we can play. So I guess Tav is going straight in there. Left back, Yefty. Speaking of costing us, he cost us the goal last week. So in terms of defenders doing shite, we're 2 for 4 there. And it's not like John Suter was particularly good when he came on. So let's move in to the centre of midfield. Nico Raskin and Diamonde. Which on paper, you're like, okay, who else would you rather want in there? Bailey Rice. Absolutely. But if we have to play two up top, or one in behind, then I can understand why Diamonde and Raskin both start this game of football. But the reality is, there's a certain Welsh dragon, and I think you'd have to be on stuff to see dragons to put Tom Lawrence in here because he's in. Tom Lawrence is starting this game of football. To me, absolutely crazy. No idea why Tom Lawrence is even in there. For me, you can't start Barami, so I totally respect that. But what I would do is I would have put Diamonde further forward, and I would have put Bailey Rice in beside Nico Raskin. But here, what do I know? I'm just a guy that thinks being 16 points behind mid-February is unacceptable, but apparently it is acceptable. So that's what I would have done. But obviously in front of those two, you've got Lawrence, and then you've got Hadji and Tierney either side. But the good news is Igamani starts up front on his lonesome by himself, and the last time he was in Edinburgh, he had enough time to go to Edinburgh Castle and have a day of it while he scud at Hibs. I say, well, he scud at Hibs because, of course, Hibs did draw with us free each, but Igamani did what he had to do. And he was inches away, wasn't he? Last kick of the game for making it 4-3, so it would have been fantastic. Ian Fitton should be enough to get the job done, but as ever, it won't be an easy game. It won't be. It's away from home. It's Rangers in the league. Nothing. There's nothing easy about it. And then we'll quickly go through the bench here. I'll go to 10 minutes here because I don't want to, I don't want to bore people with a start 11 reaction. There's only so many times you can go over it. So yeah, Kelly on the bench. We won't be seeing him unless Butland's arse folds, which has a lot to be fair. Redfan, Proper, Dessers, Barami, Fernandez, King, Rice, Curtis. Again, we've got a bench where it's simply it's like there's only like 3 players I want to see get brought off that bench: Curtis, Rice, and King. Honestly, I don't mind Fernandez, but unless we're actually serious about signing the guy, it seems like a weird fucking loan, man. Barami, don't want to ever see him play for Rangers. Honestly, I don't want to say again, but until he actually changes his attitude, no. Dessers, shite. Proper, it'd be weird subbing a centre back on for one of the other two. And Redfan Yilmaz has turned into the worst footballer known to man. Blue Mac, we getting a watch along? No, sadly, because I'm away for a few days and I'm leaving 12 on the button. But no worries, because I've got the Sky Sports app, so I can watch it on my phone. There will be I'm gonna try and do a live stream later, after 3, half 3, 4 o'clock. Try and get something done in that capacity. I mean, I wish I could do a watch along, but I thought I was leaving a bit later the day, but turns out 12's the cut off and not half 1. I was going to do the first half. I can't even do the first half now. How did I see the game going? What did I predict? I predicted 2 each. That starting 11 gives me a wee bit more hope, but it's the hope that kills you at Rangers at the minute. You know what I mean? Like, Igamani could do what he did against Hibs, but the defensive frailties could still kick in and we could still concede free and draw free. Hearts are scoring for fun. They're also conceding a decent amount. So I think a draw. I think a score draw. I think we can win. I mean, it's a game of football against Hearts, who can't seem to beat us. So, of course, we can win. But I don't think you can be overly confident, man. I don't understand why Clement won't give the youth a chance, considering we have nothing left to play for. That's it. Yeah, no meaningful domestic games until August. If this isn't the time to play youth, I don't know. And I'm hearing people say, well, you can't go 20, 30 points behind Celtic. 2 things, right? A, if we started playing more of the youth, like Rice, Curtis, etc., and then CEO, guys like that, we wouldn't go 30 points behind. And B, even if we did go 30 points behind, right, I would rather go 20 points behind, giving youth a chance and progressing them, than finishing the season 14 behind, starting the decrepit dross and the overpaid jobbers. You see what I mean? Short-term pain for long-term gain. 20 points, 14 points, it's still unacceptable. But at least if you're trying the youth, I can half understand. I mean, I just don't get that. So that's what I would do. Kenneth Elliott's predicting what, 2-1 to Rangers. I think, yeah, it depends, man. Oh, you're going the same as Jambo Bear Blue Mike. He went with 3-1 Hearts. Yeah, honestly, Hearts is the best form they've been in this season. Obviously, Shankland, what could he do? I think Cammy Devlin's still out. Actually, tell you what, I think Cammy Devlin's still out. Before we wrap this greatest stream up of all time, let's get into the Hearts team. And as RX4 Real says, you have to play the youth. Half your team is half the team's out of contract, man. You know what I mean? We've nothing. I'm in disbelief about how bad this club's being. You know what I mean? See Clement, right? See if there was ever a time to flip the script and actually start youth, it was this game here after that monstrosity against Queen's Park. This just proves to me that he's never going to do it. You know what I mean, man? It's fucking crazy. He's given some of them either a start or something. Yeah. But you know what? See Bailey. See his comments about Bailey Rice. He didn't. What is it? He said something along the lines of Bailey Rice has got qualities, but in the 45 minutes against Queen's Park, he didn't show them. How fucking dare you, you bald fraud? He didn't show them. Well, what did the other 10 players fucking show their qualities or the subs? You know, why pick on him? You know what I mean? As it's been highly documented, we lost the midfield battle bringing on Raskin for Bailey Rice. Doesn't mean Raskin's the worst player on God's bloody earth, does it? But to have a go at, to pinpoint Bailey Rice as the player that didn't show his quality against Queen's Park is fucking mind-boggling, man. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we scud at Hearts, given there's no pressure on the players. Yep, got to factor that in. Right, Hearts. I hate when teams do it in order of the numbers. So like 1 to 35, for example, here instead of, the actual formation. But here we go. Gordon, Beninjabi, Grant, Shankland, Steinweider, Spittle, Cabangu, who's been pretty good for Hearts, Wilson, Penrice, McCart, Forrester. A few players in there that I would absolutely take at Rangers. Penrice. Fucking Penrice. Give me Penrice. Would we still take Shankland? Probably. Is the answer. Him and his forehead, man, could take us to better and bigger things. Who's on the bench? Clark, Forrest, Milne, Neil Shan. I can barely read. Musa, Fargas, Taylor. So decent enough Hearts team. No Cammy Devlin in there. Right, folks, that's where we're going to wrap it up. I'll give you like 30 seconds. Get your final questions in. Craig B. Hearts laid into Rangers. Call it out. Do they? Maybe they do. But there's no reason for them to lie down the day, is there, my friend? So, because we're shite and they should be challenging Aberdeen. They can't afford to lose, to be honest. Rice literally showed his quality against United and Fraser. Yeah, Fraser a push, but still to suggest he hasn't shown anything as a player. Yeah. I actually cannot stand the manager, right? See when it's either at the game or you're watching it on telly or you see his presser. See just looking at the guy, it frustrates me. And seeing you've got a manager like that, it can't. I'm not the only one that feels like that. You know what I mean? It's like you seen that guy outside Ibrox screaming at him, man. The writing's on the wall. Even if he loses the day, he's not sacked. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Bailey Rice. I can't believe. Well, I can't believe. Come on, no accountability for him. Just no. I don't get though. Right? It's like he's the one that constantly starts these players and gets it wrong and has to make about 4 subs at half time. But never once has he went, I got it wrong and I had to change it at half time. You can't give away 45 minutes like that. When he does word it, like you can't start at half time. It's always a dig at the players. It's never, well, I picked them, so it's my fault. And I can't fucking stand them. I actually cannot stand the Rangers manager. Right? And that's a problem. That's a big problem. All he does is fucking lie. And come on. Gaslighting. Now you know how we feel listening to Jambo Bear talk about Celtic. Jambo Bear's working today. Sad for Jambo Bear, but he will be sending me a voice note and it will be played during the Fog football match review, folks. So looking forward to the game. It's no wonder these players have given up on him, but that's not me defending these players. It's understandable why they don't try. Yeah. Yo, it's one thing if the board know they're not going to sack him, right? And I touched on this yesterday. Say the board know they're not sacking him, right? And Clement seems to have had assurances. See those players, right? Especially the ones that understand Scottish football. Like if you're Jeffy and you're coming in for Basile, right, and your English probably ain't good, he might not think that losing to Queen's Park's like that big. But see James Tavernier, I'm disappointed at that guy. He should realise that, and guys like him, Connor Barron, John Suter, they must be thinking, how the fuck's this guy no sacked? They must be thinking that. And it's just a shite situation, isn't it, man? I don't really have anything else to say on it. Yeah, they can turn it on in Europe. They can turn it on the Europa League, the players. You know what that is? Because the eyes are on them. You know what I mean? That is as simple as that. I don't want players that only care about coming to Rangers for the Europa League and hopefully Champions League nights. I want players that want to win trophies, not do well in the last 16 against Bodo Glimt. No, I want doubles, trebles, but we're not getting that. So, right, folks, that's it. Wrapped up. Till next time, match reaction / review. I'd say about 3:30, 4 o'clock. As if you're new, there's no watch along because I'm away to a cabin in the woods. So yeah, hopefully Big Phil's there waiting there with me, because that wouldn't be good.